Buenos días, mi gente irlandesa. Hello, Ireland. I'm Jeanine Cummins, author of American Dirt, and I'm delighted to be participating in hashtag Eason Asks. So I'm going to answer a few reader questions. The first one is, has highlighting the horrible experiences that women and children endure fleeing from danger and crossing the border to the U.S. resulted in any positive change? The short answer is I don't know. But to be sure, that was part of the reason why I was interested in writing this book is I feel there's a lot of room for positive change when it comes to the way that we think about and treat migrants and refugees in this country. And I know that there is a kind of magic in fiction sometimes, and that when a reader cares enough about a fictional character, sometimes they can transfer that empathy onto people in similar circumstances in the real world. So it is my hope, absolutely, that readers will begin to think more intimately about migration, compulsory migration, and perhaps even donate and show their compassion as well at the ballot box. Who inspired you to start writing, and have you always been interested in being a writer? Yes, I've always been interested. I think I wrote my first book when I was about 6 years old. I didn't always understand that writing was a job that people could do, so that has been a sort of delightful discovery for me. My earliest influences, although I'm a voracious reader, I would say my early influences were many of them were musicians. I'm a big music lover, and I always liked the way that music, people like Paul Simon and Bono, people who had backgrounds that felt familiar to me, could use plain language, simple words, and combine them in unexpected ways to make something beautiful. So those were the first people that really made me feel like maybe this was a thing that I could do. A reader here says, I loved American Dirt. Thank you for writing it. Thank you for reading it. Given the vociferous debate following publication and with hindsight, would you do anything differently if you could go back? Yes, I would. There's plenty of stuff I would do around the publication differently. But I think it's important for me to say that one thing I am unlikely to do differently, even with the benefit of all of this hindsight, is to change the book itself. I spent 5 years researching this novel, this act of imagination, and ultimately I feel good about the novel that I wrote. Were there any elements of the story that almost didn't make it? Yes, so many elements. The whole end of the book, the final third really, without wanting to give any spoilers, but that last section of the book really changed dramatically in late revisions. So that whole thing is almost didn't make it, I guess, a lot of the conclusion of the story. If you weren't an author, what do you think you'd be doing? I worked for 10 years in the publishing industry before I became a full-time writer, and I loved that job. I loved being around book people every day, so I would probably still be doing that. And finally, are you working on a new novel? Nope. I am quite happy these days if I can convince my quarantine children to put on pants in the morning. So that's where I'm at. But hopefully someday soon I will be working on a new novel. That's it for me, signing off from New York. I wish you good health, safety, good luck cutting each other's hair out there. I know the men folk are walking around looking a little crazy, so happy reading. Thank you for submitting your questions through hashtag Eason Asks, and my book, American Dirt, is available on order now from easons.com. Thank you.